Hello and welcome to the TCF Morning Show. It is Wednesday, April 8th. I am joined tonight by Game Boy Gamer at TCF Game Boy and Boomy at Boomy TCF. You can follow the main page at typical_Chicago. You can follow me, Zach Loya, at ZLoya TCF. Instagram, Facebook, just type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. And then wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, and then we put ours out on Spreaker. So if you want to go on there and get it, but if you want to go on Apple, type in Typical Chicago Fans. Subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. 5-star rating. Give us a nice little review if you would like of us. It can always, if you give us a 5-star rating, you can be mean. That's fine. Honestly, I've said that plenty of times.
Yeah.
I can take it. But if you give us a 5-star, you have to give us a 5-star rating for it to be okay. I do. You can, like I said, you can.
Here, I'll help you out. I'm fat.
I literally went outside for one
it.
day in the sun, got sunburned. You can make fun. Look at that. I think, I had a Fitbit on. No big deal. Kind of, getting fit. You can tell. Quarantine is going to, this quarantine is going to make me gain 50 pounds. But look at this little sunburn. One day in the sun and I'm sunburned. My dad said, you're an idiot because you knew you were going to get sunburnt. And I don't know why, but I just let it happen. I don't know why. I'm just an idiot. I don't know why in the moment I just don't put suntan lotion on because now I'm sitting here pretty miserable because my arms are on. It just feels like they're on fire. I've forgotten in the winter time though you forget what sunburn is. Like because I didn't really travel to many places where it was nice. Unfortunately, sad for me. Feel sad. Feel bad for me. Now I'm sunburned, so we should feel bad, guys. How about this? Also go to YouTube, subscribe on there, boys. Before we get to the sponsors, because we got a big thing coming here. I'm gonna give you guys like 20-30 seconds just to be mad about the coronavirus, and then we're gonna kind of get it out of our system. We are gonna talk about the coronavirus, but we gotta get it out of our system, guys. What's just something that's just making you very annoyed right now?
I hate the distancing in lines. I hate it. Like I'm a nice guy. And you know what I miss the most? I miss shaking hands. I'll say it. I'm a handshaker. I'm a loving guy. I like to shake hands. I like to guy. Back, dap people up. Whatever it takes. I miss that. It's asinine, and I have to stand and I'm a small talker too, so I have to stand 6 feet away from people. I can't small talk with anybody. I feel like everyone hates me. So yeah, this is stupid.
It's making me feel. I don't know what. Like when you go out and about it, something's very wrong with me. Like something is like I don't know.
Yeah. You're constantly have that feeling where you're like, is there something on my face? Like
every time I sneeze or if you have a little cough or something, I'm like, oh my gosh, are they going to kick me out of this place? Like, what is going on here? But yes, we still have another around a month still. Yeah, of the shelter in place, and then we'll kind of go from there. But that's it. We're done being mad about the coronavirus. Well, we will get to our coronavirus worry level here, but mine's kind of starting to go down a little bit, so I will get into that. But let's get into our sponsors. Thank you to The Muddy Otter. Go to themuddyOtter.com. Beautiful TCF mug right here. Go to the I kind of just smacked that down there. The TCF morning. I'm pumped. I always get pumped when I do the show because I get to talk to different people, and it's just fun. It's just fun. That's what quarantine has done to us. But if you're in quarantine or if you're just hanging around, I guess I gotta stop saying quarantine. I feel like that puts a bad spin on it.
We're all in quarantine.
But if you're bored, go on to themuddyouter.com. Buy some stuff on there. I know online shopping has got to be at an all-time high right now. So go to themuddyouter.com. Also follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Check out some stuff they got going on. I know Mitch, I think every once in a while is showing you a little bit of behind the scenes on how they make some of the stuff on the Facebook if you're ever looking for something to watch. Just every now and then. And then I say go to themuddyouter.com. Shout out to Hannah and Mitch Prentice. Also, Score Trader. Go to the Score Trader app. I know some. Boomy, can you let us know what's going on with politics right now? I have no idea.
Yeah, man. Actually, some wild stuff. The Wisconsin primary was held today, Tuesday, April 7th,
Yesterday.
despite the efforts by many mayors.
I know.
Yeah, well, the day we're
I'm
recording
goofing.
this
I'm
time,
goofing.
that they're putting people in this place that if they want to exercise their basically, the whole country shut down, but they're forcing people to go out, and they're probably going to see their lowest voter turnout in probably years. Just kind of asinine that they're doing this, but you're going to see a lot of other states that were postponed. You're going to see those start to be rescheduled here, and there's even a possibility of those extending late into summer. I know that the Democratic National Convention has already been pushed back a little bit, I believe, from July. I believe it's going to happen in August now. So you're going to see a lot of these coming up. So now is the time. If you've been hesitant to get it on Score Trader app, do it now. Get your profile made. Go to their YouTube, watch a tutorial, get your profile set up and ready to go. So when these things start getting, life starts to return to normal, you're going to be able to, get your stuff in and get your picks in. And as that continues to go on, you can make those changes because it uses news and real life updates to kind of keep everyone informed. It's a great way to get into politics if you're not already. So make sure you do that. Go to the Apple App Store, download the Score Trader app, set up your profile, follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, subscribe to their YouTube page, watch a tutorial, and wait for those primaries to start getting rescheduled because it's going to really heat up. It's kind of like sports. It's all going to catch up in the summer, hopefully, knock on wood, when all of life kind of goes back to normalcy. So do it now, get ahead of the game, and get ready to go.
Thank you. So, like I said, just kind of get on there, get yourself ready for when life gets back to normal, and then we got some politics going back on, and this will get going. But go on to the App Store, download the Score Trader app. Thank you to Score Trader and the Muddy Otter. We got a new friend of the TCF Morning Show and the TCF family. It is the Lodi Tap House. We shouted them out the other night on our Typical Chicago Fan podcast. Gamer has been there. How was it? Awesome.
It's awesome. You walk in and they have a whole board of all the beers they have. They're all from Illinois. You can get the little. I'm drawing a blank here. But you can get the tasters, like the 4-ounce glasses, and pick all the different ones. The food was good. We got appetizer, the big pretzel. I remember I got like some chicken fingers and fries. It was awesome.
Big pretzel, man.
Oh, it was so good. But they have all the type of beers you want. Yeah, it's a great place. It's a nice, just relaxed feel to it. I would suggest that everybody go.
You went to the one in Maple Park, right?
Actually, I went to the one in Utica. I want to go to the one in Maple Park. That's the one closest to me now. But I did go to the one in Utica.
So that's the one you will be attending, or you going to.
Yes.
Yes. But on Saturday, April 11th, from 1 to 4 p.m., they will be doing the Hippity Hoppity Car Hop Carryout with the Easter Bunny. We know Easter is Sunday, but unfortunately, everyone will not really be able to do anything other than what's going on in their house. But on Saturday, like I said, from 1 to 4, they will be doing curbside carryout, and the Easter Bunny will hop out your order with an Easter basket treat for the kiddos. So call 815-827-0827 to place an order. The bunny can also carry out beer, mead, and wine for the adults. And mead is what, Boomy?
It is fermented honey, I believe.
Sounds like we need to try mead. We will.
It's good. It's nice.
You know what? We will have to get some, and we will have to taste it on the show. Taste test on the show, so we'll have to try that out. They said they will they will follow the proper social distancing and safety measures. Please remain in vehicle. But like I said, the Hippity Hoppity Car Hop Carryout with the Easter Bunny. I love saying that. I can say that all day. You can't say hippity hoppity without being happy. I mean,
exactly.
You can't say that without putting a smile on your face. So, go check out the Lodi Tap House on Facebook. Give them a like and check them out. And like I said, if you are around Maple Park, I think it might just be Maple Park. That's what I've seen on here. Go out to the Hippity Hoppity Car Hop carryout with the Easter Bunny. I'm going to say it 100 times. But shout out to the Lodi Tap House. We will be having some Lodi Tap House carryout this weekend. We are very excited about that. So shout out to the Lodi Tap House in Utica and Maple Park. But boys, let's get into the show. After all that, let's get into it. We are at our coronavirus worry level. And Gamer, how this works, we'll let you go first. It's just kind of a one,
right.
A one, yeah.
Scale of 100.
1 to 100. And it's just kind of where you're at with it. I was currently at about an 85. Yeah. And Boomy was a...
Oh, okay.
My last one was a 65. And I'll update it after you go.
All right. Oh, man. I got somewhere in the 50s. Probably go like 58 right now. Okay, so I'm getting a little worried because I'm starting to see stuff now where colleges are starting to look into possibly starting off with like e-learning to start the year next year, and that's starting to make me think it's going to go on for a lot longer time than we think.
Whoa!
And I've also read some stuff. It could be seasonal. Like all sorts of stuff, and I'm just kind of like every day there's just new stuff where you want to panic, you want to freak out, but then the next day there's like something that contradicts what you read the day before. Mm-hmm. I mean, so it's just a lot of stuff, but really for me right now, I'm thinking about myself personally a little bit, but thinking about how long this could go into and how that could affect our jobs and how it could affect schools and all that stuff. So I would say about a 58.
Okay.
Right now.
I will update mine. I am down to around a 70 to 65. I'm going down because I get it. I understand, but I'm to the point where I don't know. I'm going crazy. I don't know how much longer I can just.
You're more concerned about your own mental well-being than.
It's not that. I don't mean to sound that way. It's hard to like talk around you not wanting to be inside, but also understanding it's a pandemic and we gotta stay inside for the greater. But boys, I went driving around. Because that's really all you can do right now is just go for a drive or a walk. But I don't live in town. I guess I could walk to the. I could walk to the pond. I guess I could do that. But I was driving in Paw Paw, and it's just there's caution tape around the parks. That's made me sad. There is. Wow. You can't.
Yeah, in Mendota, they took the basketball rims off the hoops and chained all of the swings together.
We're at the point where we can't even play on the jungle gym.
None of that.
Like what? That.
Wow.
It's
crazy.
It's insane, man. I'm kind of like I said, last I was at like a 65. I'm sitting pretty near there. I have gone down just a little bit, and kind of like I talked about before. I'm not really concerned about myself getting it. It's more of I'm still out working a little bit, obviously being as safe as I can, but spreading it to other
I understand
people.
All three of us most likely could fight it or whatever. But if you get it, then that means all the people that you've been around for the past how many days or whatever could get infected by it or whatever, and then you have to think about it. It's just something that's you have to not just think about yourself, but you have to think about everybody else. Which Boomy did point out. My number going down was kind of about my own well-being, but that was just an evil turn by him.
No, I think we're kind of all in a similar spot. Gamer being at 58, I'm around a 62. You is 65.
Yeah.
I think we've kind of learned to adapt. In the light of all the circumstances, and like I used to be a guy that like we would when we do dinners and stuff like we do it the day of, and we I go by a Dollar General and a Walmart on my way to and from to work. Between me and my wife, we go by both of those places. We would go, what do you want to do for dinner tonight? And we'd grab it on the way home. Well, now it's more planning and just kind of adapting to the way things are. But I think now that we're in week, whatever, 3 or 4 it is, we've kind of got that procedure down.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
It's more thriving in that.
I've gotten used to going to work, coming home, eating dinner, just kind of hanging around, maybe playing PlayStation, doing the show every once in a while, doing a podcast or whatever, and then going to bed, getting up, Either it's the weekend, and if it's the weekend, I just kind of lay around all day, maybe go for a ride, try and figure out something to do until it's bedtime. It's like what?
Yeah.
What it's just
you go stir crazy.
It's
like
Groundhog Day.
All things you could be doing if you weren't stuck in home. Like you're stuck in your house, which is, it's a safe spot. We're fortunate to have all that, but it's like you want to go out and you want to do something, and you're stuck there all day.
I went out and hit golf balls yesterday. I thought I was out there for 5 hours, and I looked at my watch. Like I said, it was like 45 minutes.
I'm just kind of happy that I work outside in the field and everything, so I can still work, and it's just nice to get out and about, like just something that can pass the time. Because like you said, you kind of sit around the house and you're like, oh, it's only been 30 minutes. Like usually you're like, oh man, I always want to be laying around. You want as much, you want as much time, and it feels like time goes by fast when you're laying around because you only have so much. But now that you have all the time in the world to lay around, it's like you kind of hate it. Like you kind of growing to, and I understand. Yes, you can go outside, you can do as much as you want, but at some point you're going to just still be laying around. At some point, like it's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, you want to go to the bar, you want to meet at the bar for a drink or something. That's the biggest thing. Is like the social interaction of the whole thing is what we're all missing, I think. You can only Zoom or FaceTime it so many times. Like, I have 2 nephews that I haven't seen in a while. Like, that's just it just starts to get old. I mean, it's nice to FaceTime, but you want to see people. So, Gamer, have you been back home lately?
I have not. No, I've wanted to, but just with everything, like we kind of talked about, you don't want to spread to anybody else. I don't want my family getting it, so I'm just gonna stay safe here, do my daily walks to get out of the house for an hour, and that's about it. Like, I would love to go home, love to see everybody, but it just doesn't work out right now. I think I've been to Boomy's house
like a few times, but that's really about it. I had to pick up a package
2 or 3
once, and that's about it. But it's not like we don't do our regular big hug that we used to do.
No. It's gonna ruin Easter.
Well, yeah. Well, actually, me and Boomy actually do Easter the week before, so our Easter has already been canceled. Canceled by the coronavirus. But for everyone that was wondering, actually, me and Boomy, we don't hug every time we leave. It's kind of no,
not every time.
Yeah, usually we're usually fighting while I'm on the way out the door because that's usually how the thing. That's usually when we know when it's time for me to leave is when
it's time to hit.
That's the funny part, though, is that you two will argue like on here sometimes, but it's never as bad as you guys in person, like off camera, off the mic. You guys just yell at each other and get into it. On here, it's like very mild.
Yeah. Well, Chance is just an idiot, so you can't really talk to him.
Idiot.
Well, guess what? I can move on. Virtual NFL draft. Thoughts on... I just want thoughts on what you think of like what it's gonna be like when you pan to like Joe Burrow. It's gonna be the first pick, right? Yeah, I didn't know if the Bengals had the first pick, and it's gonna be at his house. Like, what?
Yeah, the NFL and Roger Goodell couldn't have pulled this trigger any quicker because Roger Goodell pining for the moment where he didn't have to be booed for 3 hours straight on Thursday, and now he can do this in the peace and quiet and not have to be yelled at by everybody's fans. But I am going to miss it. Like, I really enjoyed what they did in Nashville last year. I thought that was really well done, and how they used Broadway.
They were going
to
do the thing where they were going to all the drafted players were going to be on the boat up and everything they were going to do in Vegas. But now it's going to be – they're going from Vegas to virtual.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. It's kind of like we talked about, though, in just our daily lives. Like, they're just adapting to the situation.
There's no way that was going to happen.
I think it's the right thing to do. I think, especially Vegas is basically shut down. So, It's the right thing to do. It's going to be weird. That's
crazy
for sure.
To say that. It's crazy to say that. Vegas is shut down. Vegas is shut down.
Yeah.
The place that never sleeps.
Yeah, I got a buddy who's a security guard out there, and he's sent me some pictures of the strip, and it's just
that's wild. That's wild.
Insane.
Well, I understand that.
So here's my question: will they still dress up though for the draft? Is everybody still wear like their suits and the tux like when they get drafted, or are they just going to be like just wearing a sweatshirt, sweatpants, just put on like the Bengals hat and just call it a day?
Because the camera. But
probably just hammered out of
how are they going to do that? Like, they can't have a big camera crew there. Like, that's not social distancing. Yeah, it's what I mean. Like, it's not like you're going to be able to have this high production. Like, I feel like Wi-Fi is going to be going out if that's the case. Somebody's computer will die, or something crazy will happen. Like, their computer won't work or something in the moment. Like, it's going to be, I think, one of the more exciting maybe drafts to watch, because you don't know what's going to happen. I know you probably know what's going to happen with the drafting of the players, but hey, you may get to see something you'll this is something we'll never see again, most likely. Hopefully.
Exactly.
This might be the most viewer friendly draft we've had, because you're going to be inside of the houses of all these people who get drafted. You're going to be they're going to have all this inside stuff. I feel like the interviews will be more comfortable
because they're not going to be they'll be at their house and everything, and they'll be very comfortable in their situation instead of having to, especially for the first 10, 15 picks are usually in the building in attendance. So you don't have to get all dressed up, go there, and it's just probably a weird little situation. You're nervous or whatever, and so maybe we'll get some interviews that we haven't gotten before. That's kind of what you look for.
I sure hope so.
Some good sound.
Like, we need something.
When is it?
Something exciting there. Boomy, you know what it is?
Okay, thank you.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
When's the draft?
When? Early May.
Okay.
Like the first week of May, I think.
Boomy, are you listening?
Sorry, I was pulling up the article that I have for our next segment, and
so I think
it wasn't.
I think it's going to be really cool. Actually, like I said, it's something that they kind of get to play with, because it's most likely never going to happen again. So you're never going to have to use it again. So you can kind of make it into this production of, because something people have never seen. Like, if you're the NFL, I understand. Yes, it sucks that you couldn't do it in Vegas, but this will. I think you said this will be viewer friendly. So, I'm excited.
Definitely, like, have fun with it. Be creative, and
I understand the Bears only have a fourth round pick, but I think they might be getting a players like some O-line. Who knows? I think. Who do you? Question for Gamer. We haven't talked much about the Bears with you. What position do you think the Bears need to go at after in the draft? Always offensive line.
Offensive line. I mean, their O-line last year was horrible. And not that Trubisky would have been better necessarily, but when he drops back and gets sacked within 2 seconds almost every time, that was just brutal to watch. And then when he actually gets protected, of course, he throws it 4 feet short of where he's supposed to throw it, looking like me out there. But, I mean, gosh. Just O-line was just so bad. They got to get some offensive line.
I'm so tired.
Have to. Then maybe some secondary.
Think another tight end, maybe?
That's about it.
No, I'm just. We have the most tight ends in the league. We have the most tight ends in the league. We're trying to get every tight end in the league. We want them all on our team. That's what we want.
Eventually, one's got to stick. Right?
Offensive line, because I'm tired of. I'm tired
of
offensive line being the position that we always have to go after. So, let's hopefully they. Oh yeah, but hey, we have a competition now, Gamer. We have a competition now, and
do we though?
It's Nick Foles' job to win.
Competition.
Thank you.
Give me Nick Foles
that's why
day.
I brought you on here.
God.
Thank you. That's not the only reason. I'm just kidding. That's not the only reason I brought you on here.
Oh, yeah. So my time's over now. I can just.
If I knew how to, I'd be like,
see you guys.
But
just boot me out.
Let's move on. MLB, we'll do a little MLB update. They are trying to start training camp at the beginning or sometime around the beginning of May, and hopefully this regular season starting in sometime in May at parks. Is it all the spring training parks in Arizona?
No, so I have it right here, Zach. It would be 10 locations, so 10 spring training locations, Chase Field, and possibly a couple other places. What it says here is that they may possibly be looking into a 7-inning doubleheaders. They want to mic up players, possibly do robot umps to limit the amount of people in. And then also the other big one I saw was that instead of using the dugouts, they will use, because there will not be fans allowed, what they will do is, like, when a player gets done, they will go sit in the stands like 6 seats apart from each other so that they can do their social distancing. But yeah, I mean, it's obviously, it's kind of like we talked about the NFL draft. Like, it's not ideal, but shoot, it is better than nothing.
I don't care what you got to do. Give me baseball.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't care if there's nobody in the building. I don't care.
Something.
I need something to watch. I need some sports to watch. I need the Cubs. But I also have a question. Let's say your team, at the end of all this, they win the World Series. How do you feel about that? Okay.
No, I don't care. It's a World Series win.
Absolutely. We've seen one Cubs World Series in our lives. If they win another one this year, I'll celebrate the same way I celebrated in 2016.
I don't care.
Yep.
I don't care if they play like a playoff, like every team gets in, you play the playoffs, and somehow the Cubs win that. I don't care. I mean, however the Cubs win a World Series and it says in 2020 the Cubs won the World Series, I'll take it. However it has to happen. I don't care.
Gamer, I think you could even ask that question to a Yankees fan who has 27 rings. They're still going to say they would treat it the exact same way.
Who cares what they would say?
Well, you know what I'm saying, though? It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter who wins it. That team,
I know.
Fan base is going to be a
but it's because I mean you could say whatever you want. If they won the World Series, I would just tone you out. I would literally just put a GIF of the World Series trophy being lifted.
If the Cardinals win, I'm definitely going to be like, "Oh, you guys won it." There needs to be an asterisk next.
Guess what? Your team had the same amount of chances.
So screw the Cardinals.
Your team had the same amount of chances. Everyone's having the same amount of games. We're not gonna one team's not gonna get in a game or something.
Yeah.
Well, the Cardinals could lose every game in this whole thing, and they'll still claim that they sold out every single game somehow.
Hey,
that's
the Brewers, though,
Cardinal way
might get the best attendance records in a while being down in Arizona. People are going to – just kidding. No one can
go. Still. Not too far off.
No one goes anyway, so what does it matter?
They put something up today, and our guy Frederick – the director of morale for the Chicago Cubs, he put something up that was like the Brewers have been social distancing themselves from Wrigley North for a while, and it was Chris Bryant hitting a home run there, and there's so many Cubs fans behind the dugout doing that.
Yeah.
Actually, when I made that, I'm not gonna lie, boys. I'm gonna have to put my hand up. When I made that Brewers joke, I forgot there was no fans. I forgot there was no. That's just my brain isn't working right.
It's weird. We're not like you're not programmed to think
I know,
about,
but it's one of those things. You're like, whoa, there's nobody gonna be there. What was it?
Bro, even Tigers.
Do you guys remember I think it was Orioles?
Yeah, exactly. Like White
Sox game with there was no fans at.
Yeah, there was.
That was Yeah, so that's kind of what it would look like if they do it against but they say with the spring training parks it'll be a lot smaller and stuff. But they say whatever it takes.
And I wonder if that'll give teams an advantage.
Absolutely, it'll give road teams, like if you're considered the road team, or even if you're playing like Arizona, a team like that, they won't have to worry about their fans. And I feel like, actually, I say that, I mean, it kind of gives you a level playing field the entire time. You know, so whoever gets the last at bat,
not going to be cold.
A little bit of an
not going to be much rain. I mean, it's going to be the weather won't come into play much, so that's going to be an advantage for certain teams.
They better hope that gets done fast, because if they're playing games in Arizona in June, that's going to be like 100.
Like if you're if you play for the Colorado Rockies, you're like, come on.
Game at 7 p.m.
He's like, that's your advantage. You want to play, at Coors Field, like that's your, and now you're gonna have to go play in Arizona, like, or like what would it be, Cincinnati, a home run park. It's just gonna be so, like, that'll be the weirdest part is just like the field. Like you're gonna be like, what field is this? Like you're so used to being like, oh, I know that field. Oh, I know that field. Like it's just gonna be like, where are these guys?
Yeah. Which random team's minor league facility is this?
What will they do? Will there just not be a minor league year? Like, because they're not going to go through the whole process.
No.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. So like that's just. But you know what I mean though? Like,
I mean, how would they do that?
I understand what you mean, but like you do like bring up, and like players go up, players go down, injuries happen and stuff. Like, what are they going to do about that?
Well, maybe they could expand the rosters, start the year, and put like 30 people on there, something like that, instead of the 26. I mean, you could find solutions. My biggest question is, how long will it take John Lester to get thrown out of the game with robot umpires? If they have a robot umpire home plate, John Lester's getting canned in at least 1/3, because he's going to do something.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, he's going to hate those things.
He won't be a fan unless it goes his way. Once that robot makes the wrong call, screwed. You're screwed.
He's gonna take a Louisville Slugger to the thing making the call.
To the Gatorade, that poor Gatorade machine.
Or big
I like the Zambrano one more though, because that thing exploded. That was.
It's like a brand new Gatorade machine.
They don't have those in there anymore.
Absolutely destroyed. No,
why would you want? They haven't even brought it back. It's like a target for people just to hit when they're mad. So like, especially if you keep seeing it, like, I'll just keep smashing that. Let's move on. Gamer, I gotta know, what are you watching?
So I've been watching a lot of movies. Haven't been not a lot of TV shows. We watched The Platform on Netflix. It is, if you really want to get just grossed out for an hour and a half, I highly recommend it.
No.
It's about a movie where they're all in prison, and they have like different levels of the prison, like 2 people per level. And the way the food works is a platform that goes down to each floor, and they don't put more food on it. They put like a full platform full of food. So the first floor gets like 5 minutes, they stuff their faces, and it goes down the second floor. So by the time it gets to the last floor, there's like no food left. So then all hell breaks loose, and it's disgusting.
What?
Super
What's
graphic.
The point of this?
It was really interesting. It was just a weird, like almost like an experiment thing. It was weird, so we watched that. It was gross.
How many episodes did you watch?
And then,
Question:
was it a movie?
Cannibalism involved?
I was gonna say, if it's a TV show.
Let's go.
Then the other movie, this probably the best one I've watched since quarantine started is Sorry to Bother You. I think it's on Netflix. Might be on Hulu. Trying to remember who's in it. Like Armie Hammer's in it, Tessa Thompson's in it. But basically, it takes place in Oakland, and a dude just goes from poor to rich, and he sees all this like crazy stuff going on, and there's a bunch of weird twists and turns. It's a funny movie, so I'd recommend that one. That's what I've been watching.
Love it. Boomy, anything since Saturday? Did we talk about? I don't know if we did. Check out the podcast. We put out episode 65 of Typical Chicago Fans, the podcast. That we said we'll be putting that out a podcast will be coming out every Sunday, and then we will be putting out a morning show every Wednesday. Limited information to put out to the people, so we're giving you some stuff, but we're gonna sprinkle it around. We gotta kind of restock every episode, because you're just kind of trying to pick up little stories here and there. But like I said, with the NFL and stuff, we'll get more into that. But Boomy, what were you saying?
We just started the Netflix series Pandemic. Obviously, it made a big rush in the Netflix top 10 ratings when all of this started.
That come
out? But we just got the first episode. I want to say it came out like a little bit before all of this happened. I want to say maybe I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I remember seeing something about it maybe like at the beginning of the year. But obviously a lot of it does fit in with what's going on in the world right now. And it's pretty wild how they actually have all these groups that have been preparing for all this crazy stuff. But even on a better note, my wife has never watched Workaholics, and she agreed to start. And I've already watched the whole series, but we're rewatching Workaholics, and it is so damn funny. That show is so hilarious. It's probably my third time through it, and I still we were playing on the show the one night, and I'm like audibly laughing out loud to an episode I've probably seen like 3 or 4 times.
Surround sound now, so you can kind of hear it. You can kind of hear some of the stuff through his mic, and it's pretty hilarious. I love that show. It is it's like my top 3 favorite shows of all time. That show, especially like when it came out, I think I was in high school or sometime in high school, and we used to go over to my buddy's house and actually watch it every once in a while because it was just that. And you guys ever heard of the Kroll Show? The Nick Kroll Show. It was like he did like skits and stuff. Bobby Bottle Service was one of the funniest characters I'd ever. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. And if you are, look up Bobby Bottle Service Nick Kroll. It is those skits that he did on that show were just hilarious. That the Too Much Tuna that he does. He actually did like a Broadway show on that. Like that came from that show too. Yeah.
Oh really?
I did not know that. Like a dumb thing to think about, but it just turned into like a Broadway show for him. But I've been watching The Office on DVD. I think I have all of them. I don't know if I've watched like season 2, but I've been watching them on DVD. You get to watch the bonus. Like, it's weird that like I love Netflix and everything, but like you get to watch the DVD and like there's that bonus content and stuff on there. Like that's hilarious for like The Office because that stuff is low key hilarious. Like you never think about it.
So it's like deleted scenes.
Like there's deleted scenes. Every episode has like its own like kind of bonus material, and like there's the gag reels from the end of the year and stuff like that of all like the clips, like the funny clips and stuff like that. I mean, like with the stuff with Steve Carell, it's just hilarious. I mean, that show is.
Gamer, did you watch Tiger King?
I have not watched it.
I did watch Tiger King. That was the most insane thing, Zach. You have to watch it. It's insane. You're not going to be able to take your eyes off it. We watched it in 2 days. Just could not stop. Just hilarious. And
we watched it. We knocked it out in 1 day. Started at like 3 p.m.
That's kind of how you got it. I think I'm going to have to do it.
It was the
I'm
best.
going to have to watch all of it.
Gotta watch it.
Apparently, there's a new episode coming out this week.
Yeah. Which I got to wonder, what are they hiding that they're going to put out now? Like, how bad
is it?
And
then I also heard that the ID channel is going to do a thing on Carol Baskin's husband's disappearance.
Is it true that they reopened the case?
They got to have Joe Exotic on there.
I don't know what they're going to do.
That's crazy.
They did reopen the case, I saw.
So,
yeah,
let's just say this. Next week, we will have a gamer back on, and we're going to be talking about I will give you my Tiger King update on here, the TCF morning show. Anything else, boys, that you want to get out there that you've been watching?
Hang on. I had something.
Boomy's always watching
like
4 different shows at once. Not at the same time, but like.
Oh yeah, I just finished.
Then I watched one episode of this. Then I watched one episode of this.
Yeah, but it's like it's very calculated because I can't have more than like 2 shows per platform. Like I can have 2 on Netflix, 2 on Amazon Video, and 2 on Hulu, but I can't have more than that. Ozark. I know it's been kind of the big one. I just started it actually, and I think I talked about this last week. I started it last week, and I just finished season 2 today. So I got season 3 to build up to, and it is, if you like crime dramas, And I love Jason Bateman. He's one of my favorite actors. I highly recommend Ozark. And I think they're all 10 episodes, about an hour long. And you can knock away at them pretty fast. And the season 3 just came out, I think, like last week. So I'm going to start season 3 hopefully tomorrow. Great show. Love it.
Gamer.
Good choice.
Any movies that you're looking? I am going to watch sometime this maybe this weekend. I want to watch Ford vs Ferrari. I want to see that. My parents were watching it the other day, and it kind of looked it looked interesting, and I want to watch it from start to end. And I also want to watch.
Have either of you guys watched All American? The show on Netflix. All American.
All American.
I've heard
it's really good. Yeah.
I also want to see Once Upon a Time in Hollywood too. I have not seen that yet.
Great movie. It's
really
long.
I got time.
It's a really long movie, but it's
Tarantino movie. Isn't it?
Got plenty of time.
And since we have all the time in the world, I would suggest, if you haven't already, watch all the Marvel movies start to finish.
Actually, our guy
that will actually take up so much.
Gamer, our guy Matt, I think he's still in the middle of it. Him and his wife are watching them. He said that he asked Robbie Fox from Barstool. He asked him how to do it, and I think that they're watching it in order, right, of release dates.
I think
that's what he's doing.
Release dates.
So they're somewhere in that. So he is watching it. So if
I've seen a bunch of weird orders you can do it in, but I think release date's the best way to do it.
We're doing it in like the sequential order for the story.
Did I hear the new Thor movie is being pushed?
Especially when they bring out
is being pushed back to the new Thor movie.
Yeah.
I'm not much of a Marvel's guy, but I've seen all the Thor movies. I like those. That's my favorite.
I think the third Thor movie was the best standalone.
What I like about it too is it's like
movie from Marvel.
Like the Marvel superhero, whatever, but he also gets some good humor too.
Yeah, that's the best part about that.
It's not completely.
That's what I love about Deadpool.
I've never seen Deadpool.
Guardians of the Galaxy is funny too.
You think I would like it?
Hilarious. You got to watch Deadpool.
Ryan Reynolds in it, right?
Yeah.
Yes. I really do.
Ryan Reynolds is awesome.
Like I said, I've got plenty of time, so like I said, you know what, boys? We'll do a little bit of maybe we'll do some TCF movie reviews next week, and also one documentary.
I'm all for it.
Is that considered a documentary? The Tiger King
is what?
A documentary? Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah, it's a documentary series.
So I'll have to watch that. So like I said, tune in next week. We'll have a little bit of a TCF movie review for the people. Boomy, do you have a wacky web story for us?
Well,
oh my God.
I do not, because you didn't say anything.
So it takes the coronavirus and it takes Christmas Eve. And that is when...
No, this is your fault. When you went through the list of things that we were doing on this show, you did not say that we were doing
you got a wacky web story? Oh, yeah. Bear shit in the woods. Bear shit in the woods.
You did not say it in the intro, so now I'll pull one up that I found earlier.
You literally always have them.
This is some feel good. This is your fault. This is nobody's fault but your own, Zachary. All right, so this is a little feel-good story out of Marietta, Georgia. Obviously, with everything going on in the world, but a lovely firefighter in Marietta, Georgia, and you got to look it up. He looks like not a big burly man, but you can tell. I mean, he's got his big work boots, and he's a fireman, and he rescued a 6-week-old kitten from a roof because apparently it had dropped. The temperature had dropped so bad overnight. This little baby kitten got frozen to the roof. Luckily, this guy got up there and was able to get it off of the frozen roof, and it recovered because they were giving it milk and cat food and warmed towels at the fire department. So kind of a feel-good story in the light of all this stuff. It's good to see stories like that, but this is especially,
You really, you know what? You redeemed yourself.
Absolutely.
You totally redeemed yourself there. But just so you know,
I redeemed
Christmas
you.
Eve, and it's coronavirus. That is when Boomy has missed the wacky web story. We'll add it to the list. Anything post show, boys?
Well, we haven't discussed it in a long time because Gamer hasn't been on, but Gamer moved to DeKalb probably since the last time that he was on. So how's life in it is it DeKalb or Sycamore, Gamer?
Sycamore. Yeah, it's good.
So how's life in up north?
A lot more food options.
Not now.
That's
I
for
guess
sure.
still.
Yeah,
It's nice. I do like Sycamore a lot because I'm close to pretty much everything. I'm an hour away from home. I'm about a 20-minute drive to Elburn to get on a train to go to Chicago. I'm about half hour away from St. Charles. So I have a lot of options what I can do, and it's just, I don't know, some good places here, Sycamore to go to. I do want to explore some more this summer. Hopefully, if things get lifted, I can go to, do some golfing around here, do some stuff like that. So yeah, I like it a lot here.
Boomy, what have you? I gotta ask both of you guys. Both of you guys being teachers, what are you guys doing keeping yourselves from going insane throughout the day? I know. Wait, you both have e-learning, right? Well, I know.
Not right now. I did for 3 days.
I mean, when you're doing it, you have to be next to your computer and stuff. So while guys are doing that, what do you guys do to kind of keep, just kind of keep it, I don't know, fresh?
I go double computer setup because I'm in my office right now, but my wife is working from home, so I let her have my office because she's got a lot more stuff than I do. So I'm out in the kitchen, and I go double computer screens. First one is on my school stuff, and then the second one I've got to keep some sort of noise on. So whether that's a YouTube video of a podcast I listen to, or Netflix, or one of those shows I can put on in the background and not really have to, like The Simpsons, I don't have to super pay attention to it, but to have my background noise. And I hate it. I didn't become a teacher to sit behind a computer screen, but it's. I love technology and I use a lot of it in my classroom. So it's been a pretty easy transition for me. I can't complain too much, but no, I'm not a fan of it, but we got to do what we got to do.
Yeah, I can second that. It's tough. Like Chance said, you got to do a lot of stuff face to face. That's what you signed up for, but now you're doing it through a computer screen, and you're constantly contacting each other through email, Google Classroom, stuff like that, and it's just not the same. For me, it's been a lot of just make sure my laptop's open next to me. I can be watching TV, whatever, and just make sure that if someone contacts me that I can reach out to them really quickly and just hopefully reach out to all of my students. But it is definitely a struggle at times, and got to find ways to keep yourself sane throughout the day. I did try to make a video for the kids, just be like, hey guys, what's up, just checking in. And I got 30 seconds in, I was like, nope, this is not me. I'm not doing this, this, no chance. Deleted it, never gonna see it again.
Kind of like you were saying, Boomy, you say what you want about technology, it's at least kind of keeping stuff normal throughout all this. It's trying to.
Yeah. It's an attempt, we're doing what we can, and it's kind of like Gamer said, and this goes for any job, if you're used to talking to someone face to face, you know how this goes in, any relationship you're in, or even just with your friends, sometimes, your tone or your context that you're saying something in is hard to decipher, and you don't want to say the wrong thing, and that part's kind of hard. So we just kind of have to bear down and try to understand where everybody's coming from in all this. No matter if you're a teacher or you work at a place where you work on the phone all the time, just it's not easy to put tone into an
always
email.
Always bear down. But thank you to our sponsors, The Muddy Otter, and go to themuddyotter.com. Check out their stuff if you want to get some, like I said, online shopping in during all of this. Little mug right here. If you want to get something like that, a beautiful TCF logo on there. Go to themuddyotter.com. Follow them on Facebook and Instagram. Also, shout out to Score Trader. Go onto the Apple Store. Download the Score Trader app. Kind of get yourself ready for when politics kind of get back to normal. We don't know when life's even going to get back to normal, but get yourself ready. Go on, make your account for free. Just kind of get yourself ready for when it does. Also, shout out to the Lodi Tap House. Thank you. We gave them a nice little shout out the other day, and they shouted out us back. Also, shout out to everyone else that gave us a shout out. Marshall Loney's. What am I me see. Ziggy's, the Beaver's Den or Beaver's
Ziggy's.
Den.
I miss Ziggy's.
Thank you to all those. That was Boomy's idea to put that out on the podcast. We want to just, like I said, get it out there. That just want to support local businesses and stuff, local food places. But I said, shout out to.
And I can't wait. I got a great one for the podcast this Saturday, Zach. I nailed it down today. So you'll have to check in on the podcast that gets released next because I got a great one. It will be
released on Sunday. So like I said, our podcast will be released on Sunday. The morning shows will be Wednesdays. But like I said, shout out to the Lodi Tap. Go check out their Hippity Hoppity Car Hop carry out with the Easter Bunny on Saturday, April 11th from 1 to 4 p.m. Again, that is a Lodi Tap House. They have a place in Maple Park and Utica. Go follow them on Facebook. Also, thank you to Game Boy Gamer at TCF Game Boy. And also Boomy at Boomy TCF for joining me tonight. I am Zach Lilia at Z Lilia TCF. Follow the main page at Typical_Chicago, Facebook, Instagram. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. Follow us on there. Wherever you get your podcast from, Apple, Spotify, Spreaker. Type in Typical Chicago Fans. If you're on Apple, subscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe, unsubscribe, resubscribe. And then leave us a 5-star rating. And like I said, whatever review you want to say. If you want to say Boomy looks ugly, if you give us that 5-star rating, we'll let it slide. We also know it's true. Too. No, we also know it's true.
No. It's okay to lie.
Go on to YouTube. Subscribe to the YouTube page. We put all of our shows out, the TCF Morning Show and the TCF podcast that we do. We put that all out on our YouTube page, so you make sure you subscribe on there. Anything else, boys, before we get out of here?
Stay safe out there, everybody. Don't go outside unless you have to, or don't go out in public
if it's
places.
Nice out and you want to go to the backyard,
go find something every day to do.
I don't know.
Yes, go hit some golf balls.
I don't know what to say. That's what I'm doing. I don't know what to say. I don't know what the right thing to say about it all.
Just stay safe and stay healthy.
Love it.
Yes.
Love it. That was Gamer. That's a perfect way to end it. This has been the TCF Morning Show, Wednesday, April 8th. We love you all.
Peace.